Hi, I'm Nick Wing, and today we're going to be walking the Cuban Cigar Walk London. It's an audio guide around 4 of the very best cigar stores in London, and we're going to be walking through historic Mayfair and St James, and we're going to see some of the very best that London has to offer. We're starting here at Bond Street at the Churchill and Roosevelt statue, and I'm going to enjoy showing you the very best that London has to offer. One of the first stops on the walk, and it's the showrooms of Jack Barclay, the oldest Bentley dealer in London. And Jack Barclay had a real racing pedigree. In the 1920s he'd race around Brooklands in a 4.5 litre Bentley, and at that time he had the record of 107 miles an hour, which is quite extraordinary in a car that size. And we're here in Berkeley Square, which is absolutely beautiful, and many of you will know it from the song A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square. Some of the oldest trees in London here, the London plane trees. Second store on the walk, which is Sauter in Mount Street, and Sauter is famous for aged Cuban cigars, but also famous because at 105 Mount Street, which is next door, was the location of Churchill's flat, Winston Churchill's flat. When he arrived back from Cuba as a young journalist, he had a flat above the store here, and his first ever delivery of cigars, which came from Fox, which we're going to visit as the last store on our walk today, was actually delivered to his flat at 105 Mount Street.
Hello everybody out there, this is Sauter's of Mount Street. Welcome, 106 Mount Street. Winston Churchill used to live upstairs. We've been here over 50 years. We have a wide selection of cigars, all Havana cigars. We're one of the few shops actually that only stock Havana cigars, and we specialize in aged cigars and special editions. So please come in and have a look. These are the limited edition, only for the UK market, EMS, English Market Selection. These are beautiful cigars. These are Punch limited edition, and these are fantastic cigars, Monte Cristo Sublimes. Beautiful cigar, fantastic smoke that. These are also very, very popular cigars, D4s and D4's limited edition series number 5. And you have your Romeo and Juliets. And we have the Cohiba Sublime, for 75 pounds a cigar, but a fantastic smoke.
Okay, so we're going to move on now to the third store on the walk, but we've just walked down the beautiful Burlington Arcade, some fantastic shopping, and the story is that the Burlington Arcade was built in 1819. It was built by the owner of the house next door, his grand London residence, and he got so fed up with the hoi polloi throwing their rubbish into his garden that he built the Burlington Arcade to prevent them doing that. And we're going to move on down past Fortnum & Mason's, which is famous the world over as the preeminent grocer in London. In fact, it's the Queen's grocer, and you'll see the clock where every hour when the clock strikes, Mr. Fortnum and Mr. Mason pop out to make sure that everything is right with the world. Well, here we are at the third store on the walk, which is Davidoff in St James's Street, and this is a street of the very grandest of English gentlemen's clubs, and we're going to go into Davidoff, which is one of the finest of London's cigar stores, and we're going to meet the delightful Edward Sahakian, and the members of the walk are enjoying a glass of something chilled inside, so we're going to go in and meet Edward.
Hi, I'm Edward Sahakian. I'm the proprietor of Davidoff of London, the cigar shop on the corner of St James's Street and Jermyn Street. I had the privilege of opening the shop in May 1980, that's 29 years ago. And I love cigars, I'm a cigar lover, I enjoy cigars. And it gives me great pleasure to offer a variety of cigars to all cigar lovers in the world.
Okay, so you've selected your cigar from Davidoff and you've met the delightful Edward Sahakian, and now what better than to head across the road to Franco's. I always think of it as Edward's office in London, and a great place to sit outside, smoke a cigar and have a cup of coffee. Perfect. We've left Davidoff and we're moving on to the fourth store on our walk, and we're just going to pause here at the Red Lion. It's a real lovely old English pub, and the group's going to stop for a pint of beer and a sandwich here in Crown Passage. Then we're going to move on to JJ Fox, the last store on our walk today. Arrived at the final store on the Cuban Cigar Walk London now. This is JJ Fox, and it's the oldest cigar store in London. It actually grew up to supply cigars to the gentlemen's clubs in this area. Beautiful store, great staff will look after you very well, and downstairs is the Cigar Museum, and you'll find some real wonderful treasures for the cigar aficionado there. So we're going to head in now and head downstairs to the Cigar Museum. Okay, well, this is the Cigar Museum at Fox's, and I'm actually sitting in Winston Churchill's chair, and around me are some of the great items of cigar history in the UK. We've got Churchill's ledger, the ledger of all the cigar purchases he made during his life, and he bought his first and last cigars from this store. It's a great place. When you come to the store, you've got to come down and get the guys to talk you through all the exhibits down here. Okay, so we're finishing the walk today at the American bar at the Stafford Hotel in the sun. What could be better? Smoking a cigar with a quiet cold drink. The Cuban Cigar Walk London is available to download from citizensound.com, and if you arrive in London and you've forgotten to download it, you can go to one of the cigar stores on the walk, and they have walk packs with a preloaded MP3 player, map and some other goodies. So, citizensound.com, and we look forward to seeing you in London and walking the Cuban Cigar Walk London very soon.